On Instagram gave me a great idea, so I'm going to do the
Yeah.
top 5 most dangerous animals on each continent, starting with Africa. Also follow me on Instagram and DM me ideas.
I
At number
saw it
5,
in the
what would happen
thing.
if you gave a Honda Civic a horn and personality disorder? You'd get the black rhinoceros, a 3,000-pound vibe check. The reason they're so dangerous is because they're
3,000.
basically blind,
Okay,
so they
not bad.
charge at anything that moves. Number 4 are hyenas because they have jaws that can amputate a rhino and they can chase you down for miles. They have a merc rate of 74%.
They
So
have
if they come
jaws
after
that
you,
can
your life will just hit the
amputate a
credits. And they
rhino. What the fuck did I just hear? He's.
So they charge at anything that moves. Number 4 are hyenas because they have jaws that can amputate a rhino and they can chase you
Holy
down for miles.
fucking
They have a merc
shit.
rate of 74%, so if they
That's
come
'cause
after
they
you, your
eat
life will
bones,
just hit
right?
the credits. And they can run in clans with 80 members. Number 3 is the bull elephant because when they enter a state called must, they gain the personality of an over-aggressive frat boy and a 15,000-pound body with 2 life-canceling tusks. And there is not a more destructive force than an angry elephant thinking with his 5th
Look,
leg.
that's a
Number 2
rhino!
are
Oh my
mosquitoes
god, I
because
just
they
noticed
take a
that.
million names off the census every year. When she drinks your blood, she can transmit malaria, which reduces your blood's ability to carry oxygen. Number 1 ain't even a debate. Most animals won't give you problems if you respect their space. Hippos massacre people unprovoked. They can't do math, but they have a bite that can divide you or a crocodile in half. At least
Oh
500
my
obituaries
God.
get written a year because a hippo had a temper tantrum. They've been known to swallow people whole, and they don't need
500
to give you
people
wins.
a
5
year?
most dangerous animals in South America.
Holy
At number
shit,
5,
this
we have
is
the
South
giant river
America?
otter because these furry gangbangers will jump caimans and tear their guts out. They can grow to 6 feet long, and they've been known to attack and torture anacondas.
Dude, these things are
Number
fucking
4 is the bull ant
gnarly.
because its sting is one of the most painful things you can live through, and if a whole nest presses you, you're going to wish you had a bullet to put you out of your misery.
Really?
Coming in at 3 is the
know
Brazilian
that.
wandering spider. The
What
only
is
thing
this?
worse than its venomous bite is the agonizing 4-hour erection that follows, along with rapid heart rate, paralysis, and your soul filing for unemployment. At number 2 is the biggest snake in the
So you
world that
die.
isn't your ex, the green anaconda.
Green
At 17 feet,
anaconda?
550 pounds, this snake is really just one big muscle.
17 feet and 550 pounds. The green anacondas in South America.
Your ex, the green anaconda.
Look at that.
At 17 feet,
Fucking thing.
550
Look at that
pounds,
log. That's a huge ass log, man.
this snake is really just
Holy
one big
shit.
muscle. They're strong enough to choke the life out of almost anything, and like any truly toxic relationship, once it gets a hold of you, it really is till death do you part. Number 1 is a jaguar for many reasons. These all-stars can run, jump, swim, climb, do all the things you'd expect from a cat while weighing
Fuck
250
yeah.
pounds.
Jaguars
Unlike
are
other cats, they
badass,
analyze with
man.
a bite to the head, skull punching it with their
Jaguars
teeth
and
piercing
leopards
the
are
brain.
probably my favorite
For pound,
animals.
they have a more devastating bite than a lion or tiger, and they can crack open a turtle. He's the landlord of the jungle, God help you if he collects rent. 5 most dangerous animals in North America. Number 5 are mountain lions because everything about them is designed to kill you. At
Number
200 pounds, they
5.
can outrun.
Wait, number 5 is the mountain lion? Oh shit, man. What are the top 4 gonna be? I thought mountain lion would be the most dangerous.
Out jump, out climb, and probably out drink you. And if this roid kitty wasn't already afraid of people,
45-foot long jump.
they would stat pad us disrespectfully. Number 4 is the American bison because
Yo, that was so funny. I'm gonna let that play out again. That was hilarious. He really said they would stat pad
animals
us.
in North America. Number 5 are mountain lions because everything about them is designed to kill you. At 200 pounds, they can outrun, outjump, outclimb, and probably outdrink you. And if this roid kitty wasn't already afraid of people, they would stat pad us disrespectfully. Number 4 is the American bison because at over 2,000 pounds with a top speed of 40 miles per hour, health insurance goes up every time he loses his
Oh,
temper.
number 1's gonna
I
be the
mentioned they can
moose.
jump over fences.
Bet.
Every year, people try taking selfies with it and nearly get turned into chalk outlines. Number 3 is the polar bear for 2 reasons. They're the largest land predator on Earth, and as payback for global warming, they might be the only animal that actively hunts humans. They'll do you just like they do seals in the name of equality. Number 2,
What?
and no, I'm not kidding, the deer. Bambi will cause 1 million car accidents a year, which will end 200 lives. You're more likely to sit in a funeral caused by an unaware deer than a homicidal bear. Every time you step in a car, this antler jockey decides if you're going to come home in one piece or in a box. And number 1 is the biggest deer of all,
Yep.
the moose, because the fastest way for God to bring one of his children home.
That's not even Photoshop. Are you fucking serious?
To put a moose in front of his car. Unlike bears and cougars, these car cripplers are not afraid of you, they will river dance on your body. If you ever wanted to be famous, piss off a moose and you will get your own hashtag. Top 5 most dangerous animals in Antarctica. First we got
That thing's really a dinosaur, though, right? Like, mooses are really dinosaurs. Like, let's be real.
giant petrel and aggressive
Wait, what was
refrigerated
this
Tweety
one?
with a dangerous animals in Antarctica.
Antarctica?
First we got the giant petrel and aggressive refrigerated Tweety with a 7-foot wingspan. They won't kill you, but this ice vulture will projectile vomit at anyone that gets too close and is acidic enough to blind you. At number 4, we got the 46-foot, 1,100-pound colossal squid. With 10 arms, a razor-sharp beak, and claws, they can easily
Whoa,
violate any
what?
human. At number 3 is the 8,000-pound blubber bully that is the southern elephant seal. Built like a truck with the personality of a spring break frat boy, they only care about food and sex. Anything else can get flattened if it's in their way. At number 2, we have one of the most feared predators in Antarctica, the leopard seal.
I don't know any
At
of
11
these.
feet, 700 pounds, this murder puppy actually has a body
11
count.
feet,
One attacked and dragged a
700
researcher to
pounds.
her death. They've been known to end lives for fun. The definition of irony is that the most dangerous animal on this list has never killed a human in the wild, even though they
Orca,
have the
yep.
strength to shot put seals and vibe check sharks. They often
Yep.
hunt in groups called pods, and their hunting style is basically like wolves
Orcas
in the
are
water.
fucked,
As
man.
apex predators, that means there's literally nothing on this planet that can check them. And even though they've never caused an obituary outside of SeaWorld, there's no denying a 32-foot homicidal murder dolphin could easily be a one-man Titanic if it ever chose to strike. Top 5 most dangerous animals in Europe. First, we got the Portuguese man-of-war, which isn't a jellyfish, it's a siphonophore. It has venom that can trigger an allergic reaction that blocks your airways and stops your heart. At number 4, we got the Eurasian brown bear, because at 8 feet 1,000 pounds, they can turn any man into a meat rag doll. Attacks are rare, but one did eat a child last year, so yeah. Also, if he high-fives your
Wow.
back, you will be a paraplegic. At number 3, you got the Vipera beerus, the European adder. They only bite when provoked, but their venom can cause blood blisters and can trigger extreme allergic reactions that can take a year to recover from, if you recover at all. In Sweden, there's about
Wow,
1,300
holy
recorded
shit.
bites a year. Their name is adder, but they'll subtract you from the population expeditiously. Number 2, we have the wild boar, and it's all because of the way they attack. They'll charge you and gore you with those teeth, and then take a step back, and if you're still moving, they'll Ray Rice you again. They'll keep doing this until they're sure you're
Jesus
dead.
Christ,
And somehow
man.
Musaya finds himself at number 1 again. They say on the road you should never swerve to avoid hitting an animal because 99% of the time you'll end up in a worse position. That 1% is when this antler takes in
Yep,
front of you, because if you hit its
100%.
legs, its 1,700-pound body will go through your windshield and no car insurance can bring you back to life. 5 most dangerous animals in Asia. At number 5, we have the 1,200-pound water buffalo. They've been
I actually know about that. There's what's his name? Low Wendex. His buddy Sideneck. He's actually not paralyzed, but he's actually the way he is now because he fucking hit a moose. He made a whole fucking video on it. That shit is insane, man. Shout out to Sideneck though, and fucking I can't even remember his name now. Low Wendex, bro. Those motherfuckers are hilarious.
domesticated, and
They
they're
make
actually really
amazing
friendly
content.
95% of the time. It's just that 5% where this four-legged tractor puts someone in a newspaper. At number 4 is the mugger crocodile, because once it slams those snare trap jaws on you, you have a choice to either negotiate your arm or get death rolled into oblivion. Number 3 is a soft-scaled viper, because it has the highest body count of any Asian snake. Its venom is 5
What?
times worse than a cobra's, and it breaks down the membranes of your blood vessels, causing you to bleed from everywhere, including your brain. My advice if you
What?
get bit is to forgive your enemies and make peace with the higher being of your choice,
Bro,
because you're
what
about to
the
get airdropped to them.
fuck?
At number 2, I'm respectfully putting the
That's
sloth bear, because it has
terrifying.
claws, jaws, and the personality of a chainsaw. At 400 pounds of malicious intent, its attack style includes disfiguring the victim's face and turning the limbs into a bloody pulp. Number 1 is easily the 11-foot, 700-pound striped delete button we call tigers. They're strong enough
The
to murder
striped
bars, drag
delete
cows over a
button
mile,
we
and
call
they can even lift an
tigers.
adult cow over a 7-foot wall. But the worst part is they're the most vengeful animals on the planet. You do them dirty once, and like a four-legged John Wick, they will find you, and what happens next will be 100% premeditated. Here are the deadliest animals in Australia. Part 1.
Okay,
You know, it says
man,
a lot when a
really?
17-foot, 2,200-pound
Dude, look at
massacre is
that.
number 5. It has the strongest bite
Wait,
force
what
on
is
a
this one? Deadliest Australian Animals, Part 1.
This next will be 100% premeditated.
I thought-
Here are the
alright.
deadliest animals in Australia, Part 1. You know, it says a lot when a
Part
17-foot,
1?
2,200-pound massacre is number 5. It has the strongest bite force on a planet, and its death roll guarantees that your casket will be closed. At number 4 is the eastern brown snake, because they're responsible for 60% of snake bites in Australia, and one bite can cause paralysis, uncontrollable bleeding, and one less person on next year's census.
What?
Not to mention half of these deaths happen at home. The funnel web is respectfully number 3 because its name isn't Zoe, but most of its victims are children
Oh
who can become
my
hashtags
God.
in as little as 15 minutes. Those fangs can penetrate your fingernails, and the venom attacks the nervous system, causing a drop in blood pressure, organ failure,
Bro,
and a
this is
non-negotiable
giving me
soul.
jitters, man.
This
I don't
tiny
like
octopus is
this.
number 2 because not only can
I
it
don't
erase
like
26
that.
people with one bite, you wouldn't
That
even
literally
feel the
gave
bite
me
itself.
jitters.
You would just have trouble breathing and
Blue
moving. By the
ring
time you realize what
octopus.
was happening, you would be too paralyzed to call for help. Number 1 is the box jellyfish, because this is exactly what happens when you get too close.
Holy
the venom attacks
fuck.
the heart and is so painful that you can go into shock and drown before you even reach the shore, because they have 4,000 million stinging cells that could cook you faster than ramen. 5 deadly Australian animals, Part 2. Kangaroos are responsible for 90% of animal-related car accidents, making them the deer of down under. Difference is, deer aren't built like somebody that'll put you in the ER and make love to your wife after. Number 4 is the most lethal thing
True.
with feathers, the cassowary, because those daggers can tear flesh, open arteries, and slice your intestines out with one maliciously placed kick. If
Bro,
they weren't
what?
shy, it would get bad. Magpies are anything but shy, and these flying black air forces will attack people in assaults like a blind the victim. And since they can remember your face for 5 years, beefing with an angry bird is signing a max contract.
Oh
for
my
abuse.
God, they can
At
remember
number
your
2 is the
face
most
for
venomous
5
fish
years?
on
I'm
the
pretty
planet,
sure
and that's the
fucking-
rock impersonator, the stonefish.
Pretty sure that's how crows are,
Accidentally
too.
step on them and they'll shoot venomous spines through your skin, which can flatline you in 2 hours. Symptoms
my
include
God.
extreme pain, respiratory weakness, paralysis, and an obituary. Number
So
1
don't
is the
step on that.
Irukandji jellyfish. Not because they can revoke your birth certificate in 2 minutes, but because they're so small you would never see it coming. One of the symptoms of getting stung is an impending feeling of doom, which causes some patients to beg the doctors to end them just to get it over with. Most stings
Oh
aren't
my
fatal, but I
God.
would still deep throat a cactus before I go swimming in the ocean. These are 5 of the worst ways to die in Africa. If you eat the ackee fruit before it's ripe, you can develop Jamaican sickness where you vomit uncontrollably, have seizures, and go into a coma that you might not wake up from.
Don't eat
Cape
the
Buffalo
ackee
won't
fruit.
you off the census. A
Good
group
to
of
know.
around 50 will stalk and circle you, and when you're not looking, one will charge and gore you from behind. And
What?
they'll wait till you get up just to ray rice you again. Which is why they're called Black Death. During droughts, colonies of millions of safari ants will swarm and attack anything in their way. A woman was gardening when she got swarmed by the thousands, and by the time her husband found her a few minutes later, she was already finished. She went into anaphylactic shock where her throat swelled up, basically suffocating her. Hippos have been
Holy
known to
shit,
swallow
man.
people during maulings. The worst part is the only way out involves paying a toll at the 20-inch tusk they call teeth. One man got attacked so severely that his arm was a bloody pulp and his chest got ripped to the point you could see his lungs. Hyenas and wild dogs are the worst death sentence to have because unlike other predators, they don't kill their prey before they eat it. So they'll tear it apart when it's too weak to fight back. The wild dogs
Oh
go for
my
the guts
God.
first. They will disembowel you, tear your insides out while you wait for